Hey guys, welcome back to my workbench. This is Dan here as always, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys some special cars that are coming up. In the last proper update video that I made about models, I talked about selling off some different cars and different projects that I was working on, and I've accumulated a little collection of stuff that I'm going to be taking to eBay. Not selling individually, but to going to eBay. That way it gives everybody a chance to bid on my stuff. One of the most common issues that I have is when I sell stuff, a lot of times I'll have a lot of private buyers that will usually contact me and make me an offer on stuff, and sometimes I'll propose an offer back, or I'll offer some of my cars to my regular buyers, and usually they eat my stuff up pretty good, pretty quick. So a lot of times it doesn't make it easy to get some of my models in general. So I wanted to make a fleet of cars specifically to sell on eBay. That way it gives everybody a chance to place a bid. Everybody gets a chance to try to win one of these things. And you'll have multiple options to win different cars. So I've made a little set of cars here that I'm going to go ahead and show you guys today that are going to be going to eBay here very soon. Matter of fact, in the coming days. I'll list a link to my eBay page here as well, or actually I'll show you my eBay page on this video, so that way you guys can write that down, look me up, and save it. It's Derry Arnold, but it's very confusing because it's missing some lettering. And it's actually my brother's eBay. It's a long story how I inherited that thing. But anyways, that's where the cars are going to be going. So we'll have a link there to the page. And when I list the first set of cars too, I'll also post a link in the description of this video when those are actually listed. That way you guys can go directly to the auction, follow the auctions, follow my page, and that way you guys can stay in tune with anything that I'm posting. And you guys can get a notification or something like that and be able to get a chance to bid if there are cars that you're interested in. So let's go ahead and jump into this video, guys. The first couple models that I've been working on are tank cars lately, and they're all either out of my personal collection or ones that I acquired to sell. So the first car that I have here is a very nice UTLX chemical tank car. This is one of the Walthers UTC style cars, and with these I've been seeing a lot of these cars in asphalt service and various other chemical form services, and a lot of them have been getting some very interesting patch repairs, or at least the ones that I see around here. So I've made a model of a car that got some factory repairs. As you can see, it got some repairs on the sides, little patch outs, maybe covering up some graffiti. Parts of the tank body were repaired. It's also got a lot of rust on it, heavy fading of course. The placards are uncovered, so this car is empty, waiting to get put back into service. This car features some really nice kick up and grime on the underbody, little bits of scribble tag work and things like that, as you can see. So it's got a little bit of everything. The kick up on the ends, of course, again, knuckle couplers, splatter, all that grime, all the rust work on the top, lots of greasy load spill residue, as you can see on the top hatch there. Very nicely faded, and all that rust came out really good. This one is numbered, let's see, 205656. And there's some more graffiti on this side here, and then again some really unique patch repairs on the side as well, and again the top repairs to the shield there, or the tank body. So this one's a really unique car. And again, this is going to be one of the first that's going to be going up. We're going to be selling tank cars first, so this is one of the cars that will be listed as UTLX 205656. If that's one that you guys like, that'll be listed. That's the first one. The second tank car is a chemical car. This is a rarer Athearn TILX offering that they did, former Dow Chemical. This one has a really interesting commodity load here and a two-tone paint job. And this car is updated and changed to match more closely to the real prototype. So on this car, I modified some of the patchwork, weathered it of course, and then I also changed the hatches and added my own custom-built hatch, high-capacity hatch for all the valves and fittings for loading, new walkways, new stanchions and end railings. As you can see, these are all scratch built with styrene and wire, and as you can see, that's all been upgraded to match better to the prototype. It's got some nice weathering on it. Safety striping's been added, as you can see. So I've done a lot of nice bits of work to it, and again, it's got all the weathering, all the grime on the trucks and wheels. Very minimal runtime on the layout. A little bit of splatter on the ends as well there, as you can see. It's a very unique car, really a really nice one actually, one I don't want to sell, but I decided to let this one go so it gives you guys a chance to get another one of my tank cars, because tank cars are pretty commonly asked for from people. A lot of people try to get custom tank cars, and I don't usually have too many to offer, so this is a good little set for any of you guys looking for stuff like this. Alright, that one is done, and then this acid car is next. This is a little UTLX acid car. Similar to the UTLX tank car in the back here, this one was heavily faded, as you can see. It's weathered to similar photos of prototypes like this. So it's got the heavy fade, safety striping's been added. I did all the grime and dust work on the trucks and wheels, and then I grind up the top hatches around that area up top there, as you can see. So all that's been weathered up. It's got all the kick up and grime on the ends, lots of splatter, grease and grime, as you can see. And then on the bottom of the car, it's got all the splatter again. Lots and lots of grime work, very nicely done, as you can see. And all that rust work and everything has been done and carefully applied to the sides. It's got all the grime, like I said, and it looks really nice overall. I'm very satisfied with the way this one came out. And this, again, is out of my personal collection. One I really like, but I'm going to have to sell. I have to let it go. So this will give you guys a chance to get another one of my unique tank cars here. One I really like, so you can also look out for that one. So that's going to be all three of the tank cars that are coming, and like I said, I'll have some other cars here in just a second. So the first week will be tank cars, those three that I showed, and then after those have sold, I'm going to switch over to selling some gondolas, and the first gondola that I have here is a GonX railgun, a GNTX railgun. This is one of the OVR, or not OVR, but Aurora miniatures gondolas, and this one has been weathered to similar photos of different prototypes. It's got all the beat up lettering, the scraped up TTX logo, custom graffiti, mud splatter, grime work, and all of the gouges, scrapes, and dings on the side panels, as this car is in scrap service. As you can see, lots of mud, lots of graffiti. It's all nicely weathered, lots of mud on the trucks and grime, and as you can see on the load, it's been nicely dusted with some rust effects. I got all of the really nice scrap metal debris in the interior there. Similar to something you see on these. They're supposed to clean them out completely, but a lot of times you see cars like this traveling in transit and they have a bunch of debris like this, so I modeled that one as is. There's the beat up TTX logo and some of the effects done on the sides with oils and powders. And then on this side has some graffiti, some kind of crappy graffiti. I found a photo of this, actually I think I saw this in person, I copied it. So it's got all the fine tag work again, all the grime and all the hand-painted graffiti there, modeled from a similar car. All the graffiti on the logo, the beat-up logo itself there, lots of mud, grime, fine scribble tag work there again as well, as you can see, and then all of the grime work on the interior. So that's a really, really nice car that'll also be going up for sale, so that's one that you guys can consider if that's a type of car that you'd be interested in. And then the next car that I have is two out of my personal collection. This is a TR gondola. This is a former Conrail gondola, and this one's been repatched for TR. I've weathered it with some side patch repairs, as you can see. Subtle side patch repairs, new safety striping, gouges, scrapes, and little bits of damage on the sides, the patching obviously, and then on the interior it's got lots of fine debris, mud splattered, greasy splatter, all kinds of debris and spillage, as you can see. All over the interior, patching on the ends, grime work again. And then on this side here, this has a little bit of subtle differences in the sides. As you can see, beat up data, lots of scraping and gouging. You don't see too many of these days, so this is a car that you'd say is probably good for late 2000s, so post 2005 with the DOT stripes into like maybe 2015, 2016. One of my personal favorite cars, but one I'm going to be letting go for you guys to potentially get if you're interested. So that's the other gondola, and then this last gondola is a real nice car. This one is one I really don't want to sell, but I don't really have a purpose for it, and it's the CSXT former railgun. This one here is one of the heavy sag cars, and when I say heavy sag, I mean heavy sag. Take a look at this. So this car was modeled from photos, and I actually heat damaged the sides by warping it in boiling water. With bits of pressure. It's fully detailed, new side panels, rivet detail, underbody piping and brake rigging, as you can see, just to look good. End details like air hoses, new end shields, a couple of lift bars, new couplers. If we take a look at the sides, you can see the extent of that warping. All custom painted, new decaling, heavy weathering, graffiti, side panel distress there, new lettering obviously, and then the interior has the scrap metal debris. Lots of grime and rust, as you can see there, and just absolutely looks fantastic. This is a really unique experimental car, and it came out really well, and I'm honestly really sad to let it go, but if someone can get some enjoyment out of it and actually get some proper use out of it, then that'll warm my heart. I mean, it'll make me happy. It's not doing anything but sitting around right now. The trucks are adjusted for the warp, just so you guys know, so this does roll just fine. The trucks are adjusted so that it compensates for that warpage. Or the sag rather. So this rolls just fine. It'll be fine as long as there's nothing like high raised off the rail where it's going to smack into the truck or something, but for the most part it's fine. You won't have any problems with that. I just got to make sure I actually have a box for this. So this one, I still got to decide some final things, but it should most likely be for sale. So that's going to be the CSXT Railgun, and again, there's another really good look at that car and all the fine detail. That's a really unique car that you can add to your collection if you desire. So there's the 3 gondolas. And to wrap this part up here, I have 2 hoppers that I'm also going to show that are going to come later. And I may have some other hoppers as well later on, but I'm going to show you these 2 for now. I've got this Athearn Genesis Trinity 5161 BNSF 473236. This one has all of the hand-painted graffiti, as you can see, copied from photos. It's got all of the load spillage and debris and grime spilling down the top hatches there. Lots of dust and dirt, mud splatter and grime on the trucks and the underbays. All that fine grime, heavy kick up on the ends, heavy grime fading, and then you can see all of that nice dusty load spillage. Very nicely done. It's a really nice car. I really wish I could keep it, but I made it to sell, so it's got to get sold. So this one's going to be listed later. It's got all the nice side scrapes, the beat up Santa Fe BNSF logo with all the side scraping. As you can see, that's all done with sandpaper. And then the top is nicely grimed up, and again you can see all that really nice load spillage there. So that's going to be a car that's going to be coming up later on in a couple weeks. It'll be listed. Looks really, really nice. I may have another hopper similar to this that I'll list, but we'll have to see if it's still available by the time I get to it. So that's the BNSF car. And then the last model for now is this ACFX pressure rate hopper. Decided to go ahead and sell this one. A couple of people seem to show some interest to it, so decided I could probably let this one go. It's got a little dust on the side. Bear with me here. Don't worry, I'll clean these off a little bit before I sell them. They get dusty in my storage drawers there. But anyways, this one has been weathered with heavy slurry spillage for clay, calcium carbonate, and it's got all over the trucks, all over the base. These cars get really dirty in service. Lots of white chalky residue on the top built up there. KD couplers, lots of grime on the ends and the interior there, and of course on the sides as well. All that grime and spillage. Looks really good. Safety striping's been added, and again all the load spillage is done. This is a really nice car, one I don't want to sell, but I need some need to let it go just because I have too many of these. So this is going to be another car for you guys' consideration. If you're interested, this will be listed later on. So like I said, I have these models for now, and I do have some other cars I'm working on, but it just depends if they'll actually get to eBay or not, because like I said, a lot of my stuff gets chewed up pretty quick by some of my buyers, but I do want to try to have some higher end models as well. Some really, really good cars here pretty soon. Stuff similar to this, hopefully, where I have some really nice Tangent 4750s and stuff like that. A lot of people want these, but sometimes for the prices, no one can afford them. So I wanted to list a couple cars and give everybody a chance to maybe bid on one and see how that goes. So I have cars like this coming, hopefully soon, that I'll be working on, but I actually got to put the brush time in to get them done. It takes a couple hours, and I'm working on lots of different projects right now out here and in the garage as well, and also auto projects and different stuff. So I'm honestly really busy, so this will have to buy me some time for now, but like I said, it'll give you guys a good chance to look at some of my nice models and be able to give you guys a chance to actually buy some of them if you're interested. So I'm going to post this video up, and like I said, I'll have a link in this video for my eBay page, and also when the listings start, I'll have a link to one of the listings. That way it'll get you guys to my eBay page for the actual listing itself, and you guys can watch and follow me there for more items. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Keep an eye on these videos. In the future I'll have some more coming, and I have some other stuff in the pipeline as well. So keep an eye on eBay for these cars, guys, and good luck. Thank you for watching. Take it easy.